So I'm going to start this podcast off with kind of a serious thing, but it's not supposed to be serious. I want to like spiral it into something else, just a kickoff point. But friend of the show, friend of the radio station here, Jesse Pierce, who was on Bar Down Beauties podcast that we ran here at Hubbard Broadcasting, was on our podcast with us. Beloved member of the media here in the Twin Cities. Obviously covered the Wild and everything, but her and her 3 children and their dog, unfortunately, sadly passed away over the weekend in a house fire. And Dez, I know you and I were kind of talking about it off the air a little bit when you first got here this morning, but it instantly did the same thing in your household as it did in mine. And I don't know if you did this to it at your house, Brooks, that you instantly like check your smoke detectors. I started unplugging all those. We have those, if they're called diffusers or what, like, to make your house smell good, like plugged into everything. I used my smoker yesterday. I normally would just leave it plugged in. I unplugged it. Like, it makes you think of things like that, that it's sadly that a friend has to lose their life to make you think of those things. But I'm like, there's so many aspects in our life that you see something and it instantly makes you make changes. And I mean, I get it. This podcast is supposed to be funny and I'm not trying to stay on that.
I mean, hey, it's real life too.
Right.
It's one of those things I feel like it unlocked a new fear. And it's, I mean, when I was a kid, one of our family friends, their house burnt down. And it scared me, but that feels like it was so long ago.
Right.
That to just even know somebody that this actually happened to.
Right.
And it's just so devastating. It's like, yeah, I need a plan. I want to have a fire safety plan. We need to be doing fire drills at my house.
Right.
Like, you unplug everything. It brings you back to This Is Us with the crock pot.
Yeah.
Like things that you don't realize.
That's why the show The Pit is not good for me. And this is where it transitions to funny because there's all kinds of things that happen on The Pit. And I'm always like, oh, crap, that's going to make me think twice about that.
Well, I see. I can't watch that then. No.
Because they get quite graphic. There's, been a couple where, the man and the woman are being quite intimate and she accidentally comes down a little crooked.
Breaks it.
Comes down a little crooked.
Can that really happen?
Yes, you can break that. Like, not break it, but I think you mess it up to a point where you have to have, I don't know if surgery fixes it or what, but yeah, you can...
No.
You could be, part of it would be just like one of those car dealership arms.
Oh, no, that's devastating.
Or there was one this season where the guy took way too many blue chews, and then they had to go in there with a needle and keep sucking the blood out of it. That it instantly makes. Now, granted, I don't take blue chews yet, but it's going to come eventually. But don't we have all those things in our lives that you see it happen to somebody else, and you're like, I instantly have to make life changes. I can't have that happen to me. I can't live with my life if it's like that. There's no way. If
oh no,
things
I
went
need
crooked,
to be more gentle with Taylor. I don't want to break his wiener.
See, I know, isn't that a sad situation? Like, you want to be rough. You really want to pull hair and get down and dirty. But you know what? You have to think twice now.
Darn it. I don't want to think twice. Ooh, yeah, I can't watch that show. It's been on my list of what I want to watch.
You can watch it. You're going to have to do a lot of covering your eyes. Because you do see a lot of things.
See, Taylor hates any of those graphic, medical things. He's always like,
He would hate it then, yeah.
Then he can't watch it.
A lot.
But everybody says how good. Have you watched The Pit yet?
No, I'm so torn on. I'm up and down when it comes to hospital shows because Grey's Anatomy.
See, I loved it, but then it lost me 10 years ago.
But I
more.
love Scrubs, but that's more of a
comedy.
Yeah, that's comedy. See,
that's comedy.
I like hospital type of shows that are more about the actual working in the hospital, less about the romantical relationships. And I get it; they have to put that into everything.
Oh, and I'd rather have the romantical relationships.
Right.
In
And I think that's why there's 2 different kind of hospital shows. Because I can't watch Grey's Anatomy because I'm like, I don't want it to all be about McSteamy and McDreamy and all that kind of stuff. That's just no. I don't care about all that stuff. I want ones that are
Hurry
this
up,
could
get to
actually
this.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah, and they do them so well these days.
Mm-hmm.
So many consultants and stuff of real surgeons and emergency, things that have really happened in there.
I bet I would have liked ER if it was a show like this.
Now.
'cause again, as a kid, it drove me nuts because I'm like, I just want to watch WWE SmackDown, Grandma. Can I watch that instead?
No, we're watching ER. We all sit down at the same time and watch this program.
Best intro ever, though. Best theme song.
But yeah, even another episode of The Pit, it just make me think of all these things that it makes me double and triple think of everything. There was one where the guys, they were all partying. It was 4th of July. And somebody jumped off the boat and the propeller hit them and they had all these gashes in their ribs and everything. And I'm like, that could happen. People are out in water and you don't realize somebody's right behind your boat and make sure you check before you turn it on and blah, blah, blah. All these things could happen. So I instantly this crap comes to my mind and I'm like, I have to double and triple check everything in my life to make sure that I'm not going to hurt myself or anybody else.
Yeah, I feel like just I started worrying, obviously, once I had kids. But yeah, the beginning of summer, I am feeling frantic and I have dreams that like kid falls off the boat, or there's always something.
Did you over the top with your house when Dusty was born? Like, I think there was a point when when Kaya was born, that my ex-wife and I had it so you could basically not move through our house without having to unlatch, unhook, magnetize. We had magnets on the front of you couldn't open any cabinet without a magnet. You had to carry a magnet through our kitchen to be able to open any cabinet door. She couldn't get into anything, yeah.
We went over the top for sure with Dusty, and then we did nothing for River. There was not one thing. We had moved to, he was born, gosh.
I had a third.
Many houses, and by the time we got to this one, I'm like, whatever. There's a gate so he doesn't fall down the stairs.
I had a third, and I was like, here's a bag of glass. You'll be fine. Here's nails. What could happen?
And with rules, everything, I'm like, oh, yeah, that happens. Oh, it happens.
Oh, for sure.
Second one is like, oh, he'll be fine.
Do you just use a doggy gate in that case?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're baby gates, but... Doggy gate, same diff.
We have to have a doggy gate upstairs because Buddy, the old dog who I've showed you pictures of, a really old dog, he's so frail and he's blind now, and
he's just tumble down the stairs if he walks.
Oh, yeah, all the time. Like, you hear him and he'll just boom, 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 boom.
Oh, poor thing.
But then no sells it. He's like,
it's like,
I'll bring it every time. But I'm like, every time you're like, no, it's so sad. And it breaks your heart, but he's just like.
Speaking of gates and all that, over the weekend, Marie's trying to get everything she can for free off of Marketplace. She has 60 things listed on Marketplace, by the way, that she got for free, and she's starting to flip. But
I don't have the stamina for
Me
that.
either.
She is addicted to it.
Hi, is this available?
She's addicted to it. Oh. But she wanted to get this thing, and it was for a dog, but it was super cool. It's a decorative, almost sofa table thing, but underneath you could put your dog in there, right? It was a decorative kennel, basically, that you could leave in your living room without it looking terrible, right?
Decorative kennel.
Well, because it was. Yeah. It was it had a nice bottom and then a countertop top.
Okay.
And then it had a gate, so you could put your dog in there and whatever. So it doesn't look like a living room that all of us that have had dogs in our lives, you have all the nice stuff and then a huge cage in the middle of the living room. Kind of hides it a little bit. She's like, oh, I want to get kittens. I'm going to get that for the kittens. And I'm like, you don't think the kittens can go between the railings that are that big, huh?
Those kittens
cats can get anywhere, right? That's not going to work. And she's like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. And I'm like, bro, do you not think of things? So she was messaging with this woman because she wanted this. And I'm like,
was it free?
Yes, but dude, you know what she tried to get yesterday? A 1950s booth. What? Booth, like a restaurant booth.
That's fun. For what, though?
Because she then Googled it after she saw somebody said free if you come get it today. She Googled it, and there was one selling online for $1,100 in the Twin Cities. And she said she found other ones that were across the country that were $1,500 to $2,000. She's like, if we go get it,
we could be rich.
We could flip it for $1,100. And I'm like, oh, cool. How much? She Googled the weight of it and everything. And I'm like, oh, cool. So it's an old lady selling it, and then you're there to help me. So these booths are 150 pounds per booth. Guess who's going to be moving them? Me.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you flip it, how much of that money? I'm going to fill your gas tank up. I'm like, oh, are you? Thank you so much. God. I got to drive to Andover to get a booth.
I'm going to fill your gas tank.
Fill your gas tank.
That, I've got to say, when it comes to money, I think I'd be bugged about that. I would say no. These things, these flips where I'm involved, I might not be making all the deals. We put that in a joint account.
She does. She doesn't keep it. I will give her credit. Even if she sells things that are mine or hers or anything we get at Goodwill and we flip, it all goes into one account.
Okay.
And
that makes me feel better.
Yeah, that account has gotten pretty substantial because she's a flipper, right? But then we go to use it for our things come up that we could do around the yard. And I'm like, we're going to use that. And she's like, no.
Then you have to pay for it?
Yeah. So then I'm like, oh, I know what you're saying. You're saying this is for us, and I can see the account, but I'm not allowed to touch it. So therefore, when I die someday, you're like, well, shuckaroos.
No, I got all that money.
Yeah, got all that, I guess. What are we going to do about that now? He sold all his stuff and kept the money.
Oh, no.
She's really got me figured out.
She really does. You're an idiot.
I'm stupid as hell.
So is she going to
You are pee-whipped is what you are.
Should she be going for the home run then, 1,100, or...
Oh, no. If she bought that, she ended up not getting it because they were like, they lied is what it was. I think they figured out that it was worth more because they must have gotten so many messages that they were like, sorry, my husband was talking to somebody else at the same time and we promised them first. I'm like, no, you realize that it was worth more and you sold it instead because you were going to give it away and somebody's like, I'll give you $500 for it. You're like, why wouldn't you do that? Yeah. I'm sure that's what happened.
I don't like selling things because I'm too impatient to sell it for the price it's worth.
Yeah,
You just sort of like, oh, fine.
She'll put an astronomical price the first time and see how if she gets any likes or follows, and then then she'll drop it. But yeah, she was like, "Well, I'm going to list it for like $2,200." I'm like, "Of course you are, double what it probably will sell for."
I mean, I know it is worth it. You're making money. Like we have a few things after we were going through the garage and the barn and stuff this weekend. There are things, a lot of kid things like wow, we don't need these because we have these huge. Oh my God, where do you put stuff on? Like shelves, but they're warehouse shelves basically.
Okay.
And Taylor took like everything off, had the ladders up there and got it organized. And we have so much stuff that the kids don't need anymore. So he's like, yeah, we should probably, go through this and sell it. And I'm like, yeah. And I thought, man, all the days and nights, then he just sits and waits for people to come. You know what I mean? And pick it up.
Oh,
or meet them. I'm like, why are we going to do that I don't know. Some of these things are stupid.
It's a little tougher probably for you because of where you live. You're out there in a rural area a little bit. Marie meets everybody in Maple Grove at Applebee's.
That's true.
Which probably looks crazy to people like, we're going to meet you at Applebee's, but she meets people there because she doesn't want them to come into our house.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so you need a good public spot, and it's easier to explain then. And
yeah, when you live in the middle of nowhere, you're like, just come to us.
Sometimes I have a guy I'll buy sneakers from sometimes, and we always meet at Shields in Eden Prairie.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the spot. It's kind of annoying because it's a little more out of my way, but
not convenient because you got to go by Eden Prairie Center, which is always really, really busy.
Right.
Yeah.
But
it is busy.
But
I haven't been out that way in a while.
And then it's an excuse to go into Shields because I never go otherwise.
Or you say, hey, how about we change it up and we go to the Asian market? Because, man, we want to talk about a place that smells fantastic. Oh,
yeah.
They have all kinds of different restaurants in there, like every Asian cuisine you could think.
Where's it at?
Eden Prairie, right by the Costco, right across from the Costco in Eden Prairie.
Oh,
so, like, what, a mile from Eden Prairie Center? You can see it right off of 694 when you're going around there, or 494, I guess, in that end of town.
Ooh.
You can see it right off the freeway.
I know we will probably do this tomorrow, but I would meet at North American Baking Company. That'd be a perfect segue. Unless you have it.
I don't have it in front of me right now because I normally do this on Tuesdays.
I know. That's why I said, I'm like, don't even.
But I mean, North American Baking Company is great.
Fun
transition there, but you didn't. I wasn't ready for that one.
No, you're good. Don't worry.
We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow.
It's just funny.
All right. So speaking of Brooks, you said there's a new trend, Des, that you think Brooks should be all about.
Uh-oh.
So you mentioned at the end of the podcast because our secrets today was
three words.
Yeah, describe your love life in 3 words. And some of them were really funny, like hot, steamy, sexy. And other ones were like...
Mine was out of lotion.
There's a lot of... I just thought a lot of people seem like they don't have a good love life.
Yeah.
So you said, I'm one of them. And then you said, well, it's kind of on you, maybe, if you're not.
Oh, yeah.
And we said,
it's on me.
Sure. You said something about, we got to you saying basically, I don't have a ton of friends either.
Oh,
well, there's a new trend. Are you ready for it?
Okay.
It is called speed friending, where these events are like, it's a trend where like people are starting to do it everywhere, where you meet new people just to hang out with. It's kind of like part speed dating, part socializing, part group therapy type of thing, all in a good way. And all you ever have to do is spend 5 minutes with somebody. And because you can. Don't you meet somebody after a couple of minutes? You're like, I really could be friends with this person. This person's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Or
never.
You're like, maybe this isn't for him. Maybe this is for Crisco.
You never do? You never like...
No, I will be best friends in 5 seconds. I'm like, this is my person.
No, I think the best friends I've had weren't instant. Like, I always joked when I did a best man speech for one of my best friends, and I was like, first time I met him, I'm like, I thought you were a dick. And I just said it straight up because I did. Yeah. I was like, screw this guy. But no, I don't know. I just... That's hard to say. I don't know. Sometimes you think, like, I don't know.
I think I could because there's people like Taylor. First couple times I met Taylor. I think it was at Music Therapy the first year I was here.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I met him. Remember, I walked up on stage and hugged him. I'm like, I feel like I already know you.
He's like, hey.
Him and I walked up to the bar, and it's a distillery, obviously, so they make a bunch of craft cocktails. And him and I both walked up and like, you don't have any like... Because I walked up and I'm like, you don't have like Bud Light or Ultra or anything? They're like, no, we don't. And literally 3 seconds later, he walked up behind me. He's like, you don't carry like Coors Light, do you? I'm like, You're my people.
You're my peeps.
You're my people. Oh, cheap ass beer. Yep. You like to ride motorcycles. You like to have boats. You're my guy. I could like
slightly
easily be like,
trashy.
Yeah. we borderline on every once in a while like dressing up and looking nice, but we all smell a little bit. You know.
You always go, there's something there.
Yeah.
Yes, I instantly like on trips. I'll meet somebody, and yeah, I feel like you just know. I will know right away. Not saying they can't screw you over later,
right.
or you might not really find out what they're all about, but I can get the feel instantly. So I thought this would be a fun thing for you. I don't know if any of them are here.
So you actually do it like almost like speed dating? You sit down and speed friend?
Yeah, they said it like started when like you think after the pandemic and all these millennials, which that's where you sit, right? You're a millennial. Mm-hmm. People who are like they're not going out as much and they need to find new people to hang out with and actually get out and socialize versus just being at home.
I need to get my wife to go out and do this.
It actually would be good for her too.
Dude, I'm telling you, I joke with her all the time, and I think it's actually becoming the case. She has agoraphobia.
Oh, yeah.
Like fear of leaving the house. Like she could live her whole life in our house or in our yard. She could be perfectly fine, never going to the office, never going out to dinner, never meeting anybody out for happy hour. She could be perfectly fine, just her and I constantly sitting. Like, we could live in the hills of Montana, Des. We could buy some property from you, live there. When I say we, she could. I couldn't. I'd go crazy. I'm too social. I need to be able to be around people.
Look, me too. I'm not saying I miss COVID.
Really? So you like the...
No, it was more manageable. It was a lot easier for me than a lot of
Where did you live during COVID?
Indianapolis.
And it wasn't very...
And it was crazy because I...
Wasn't open there? Like things?
Like, it was, I mean, like everywhere, things shut down. And then it was, so that first, what was it? The 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and then...
Became 2 months and 3 months,
It was probably 2 months, and then the summer thing started kind of opening up. Like, I didn't really...
Because then everything was outside. Here, like, you could do things outside.
We would do a lot of patio stuff. Like, if we did... Like, we eventually got to the point then, where we could do, like, socially distance happy hours and stuff like that. And we would actually do things, like, me and coworkers. But that was wild just because I just moved there January, and then...
No.
Yeah. So, like...
You'd think it would have been harder for you then.
Yeah, you'd think so. But I guess I did, in that case, got lucky as far as I became pretty close with coworkers and stuff that became friends, like, and then just, I don't know, like, I think the social media generation and stuff like that too, I think that also just kept us all
connected
and connected. And then we, it just went from there.
My life never really changed much. Like, I still went to the radio studio every day.
So
I got the FEMA pass.
I was at home.
At home, yeah. See, we were given the choice, and they were like, "You can if you want," and I'm like, "I'd rather go," and they're like, "Cool, you can go in." And it hit at the right time because it was around this time, obviously, that, when it happened in March and then April, that the weather started getting nice. And it was like our friends came over or we went to their houses and did yard work. All of us had the best landscaping in Milwaukee because of those few months, because it was like we could all hang out and drink beer outside. And nobody really, changed that up. We were just doing things outside. We all worked on each other's landscaping and our house projects outside. And it was...
I miss that part. I know I do miss a little bit that part of it. Because when it hit... Well, we were in Disney when all of it hit, but we were just about to sign. Yeah, we were just about to. We're in the process of selling Woodbury House, moving to River Falls, and like it's hitting though at a weird time because like we were moving in with my in-laws, and they were older, and so we were panicked. Is anybody going to get sick? We still had to come to work. We just were in different studios, but it was getting nice. We got to know all of these neighbors that we'd kind of known from the river, but we got to know them so well. And we truly hung out in everybody's yards. We just switched whose yard we were in. You're right. It was kind of fun. And we I felt like that's when I felt like I started living in a campground.
Right.
We were just outside all the time. That's all we did.
We did that too. We did COVID camper, which way overpaid for a camper because I ended up losing our ass on it when I sold it when we moved here. Yeah. Because you overpaid for it because everybody wanted them.
Yeah. COVID pools, COVID campers, COVID side-by-sides, four-wheelers, boats.
COVID made us all so outdoorsy. Like the golf industry.
Oh, skyrocketed.
People really got into golf again. Including me. I totally got back into golf because I I played a lot growing up, and then I stopped during college because it was just too expensive, and I could barely afford food. And not that I can afford food now, but I got back into it then during COVID, and then running. That's when I started taking up running. Because of that, like just because you had all that time to spend outdoors,
just having that time.
Yeah, it was the time. But it's crazy because now I'm with you where I don't even I have the capabilities of recording or doing stuff at home, and I don't want to.
Yeah,
I just have to come in because it took a while. It was hard to adjust, but then the first week or two, the technical aspect. But then I did my show from home for, I believe, at least a full calendar year. Yeah, it was a full calendar year. And ratings, I had some of my best ratings when I was remote.
That's crazy.
Do you think we're going to be able to explain this to anybody in 25 years, what COVID was? People bring up September 11th, which crazy. It's 25 years this year.
Oh, it is.
And we always do the, remember when, where were you and all that kind of stuff. But not that it'll ever fade completely, but there's parts that do I remember this correctly? That I feel 25 years from now, so I have to live at least 25 more years, that I want to be able to explain or hear people try to explain COVID and what what it was like, what we did.
Well,
wait, you guys just never went around other people?
You never
nobody
went to
work, nothing, everything.
Traveled?
The world just stopped?
When TV networks didn't know what to show for sports because there wasn't live sports, so they just aired classic games of Monday Night Football.
Right.
That's so
it was so
weird.
bizarre. They were literally grasping at straws. ESPN, they had no idea what to do.
And if I ever have to hear the word unprecedented times. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh.
And just all the ways that we try to make, things work and just whether it was you could have a quarter of capacity of an arena for a sport event or whatever.
We're okay.
But it'd be funny because you would have that in one city, but the next city over would be we don't care. We'll go full arena. You're okay, so what are the rules? They don't make sense because none of it's, across the board.
Where I lived, everything was open. Where you lived, everything was open. So people from Minnesota were coming to Hudson.
Right.
Younger people are coming to Hudson and they're like, no, Pete, you got to stop coming here. You got to stay in your own state.
Yeah, that's funny. And then I remember, you could buy a cardboard cutout of yourself at the Twins game so you could see yourself on the broadcast.
Oh my gosh.
Because you couldn't go.
So funny.
Things like that were so strange, but at the time it was we were just trying to make it work. That was the other term. A new normal. The new normal. That was the other one.
Isn't there a new normal basically every day in the world?
Right.
Yes. There's always something new, but this was just, that was something I never thought we'd see in our lives.
Right.
And now even talking about it, it's been so many years.
6 years.
We're at 6 years now.
6 years since. It's crazy. God, that was just a little walk down memory lane.
I know.
Good times.
Not really.
No.